Have you ever stopped and wondered why you were born on a specific day, not just as a fleeting thought, but as a deep, soul-stirring question that seems to echo in the chambers of your spirit? What if I told you that your birthday isn't merely a date on a calendar, but something far more profound? It's not just a marker of time. It's a declaration of divine appointment, a sacred sign etched into the eternal fabric of the universe, pointing directly to your purpose and destiny. Could it be that the very day you entered this world was chosen for you, not by random chance, but by intentional design? The cosmos, vast and infinite, shifting and aligning in perfect harmony, preparing for the arrival of a new force, a soul imbued with a unique mission. A soul unlike any other, carrying within it the potential to shape destinies, to impact lives, and to fulfill a calling greater than itself. Could that soul be you? Could your birth, that singular moment when you took your first breath, be more than just a biological event? Could it be a cosmic calling, a divine purpose waiting to unfold? Throughout the ages, history has whispered the stories of those born under extraordinary circumstances, individuals who seem to carry an undeniable spark, an energy that cannot be ignored. These are the ones who, though often overlooked or misunderstood in their early years, rise to become beacons of hope and change. They are the ones who were chosen not for their circumstances, but for the potential placed within them. Their lives serve as evidence that some births are more than mere happenstance. They are moments of divine intervention. Now think back to your own life. Have you ever felt like you were different? Like you didn't quite fit into the molds others tried to place you in? Perhaps you were the one who saw the world through a different lens, who asked questions that others didn't think to ask, or who longed for something deeper when everyone else seemed content with the surface. Have you faced struggles that felt overwhelming, battles that seemed unfair, but somehow, each time, you found a way to rise again? And do you feel deep within your soul a relentless pull, a yearning to leave a mark, to live a life that matters? These feelings, these moments of introspection, they are not random. They are signs. Signs that you may be among the chosen ones. Signs that your life carries a deeper meaning, a purpose that is waiting, longing to be fulfilled. What does it mean to be chosen? It means your life is part of a plan that stretches far beyond what you can see or comprehend. It means you are here not just to exist, but to impact, to transform, and to inspire. But being chosen is not about glory or ease. In fact, it often means walking a path of greater resistance. It means enduring trials that refine you, that test the limits of your strength, and that force you to rely on something greater than yourself. It means becoming more than you ever thought you could be. Before we go further, I want to be clear. This isn't about astrology, superstition, or vague generalizations. This is about recognizing the intricate signs woven into your life. Signs that point not to fate, but to purpose. Signs that reveal a life of resilience, transformation, and intentionality. It's about understanding that your existence, your very being, is part of a divine symphony, orchestrated with care and precision by the Creator himself. Being chosen is not an easy road. It doesn't mean privilege or exemption from struggle. Quite the opposite. It means your path will often be steep, your trials more intense. But it also means that you are equipped with the strength to endure and the courage to overcome. Each challenge, each setback, and each heartbreak is not meant to break you, but to shape you, to prepare you for something far greater than you could imagine. But how can you know if you're one of the chosen ones? How can you be sure that your life carries this unique calling? The answers lie in the signs, the moments, patterns, and feelings that have marked your journey. The signs are often subtle, yet undeniable. They whisper to you in the quiet of the night, urging you to keep going, to keep believing, and to trust that your life is not an accident but a masterpiece in progress. Stay with me, because as we explore the deeper meaning behind these signs, you may begin to uncover truths about yourself that you've always sensed but could never quite articulate. You may find that your questions, the ones that have lingered in your heart for years, finally have answers. And you may discover that the struggles you've faced, the victories you've earned, and the dreams you've held onto are all pieces of a larger puzzle. As we move forward, let us reflect together on the signs that indicate if you were born to stand apart, to rise above, and to live a life that truly matters. Because if you're here, if you're listening to this message, it is not by accident. You are here because you are meant to be. And perhaps, just perhaps, this is the moment where you realize the truth that has been waiting for you all along, that you are chosen. 1. Specific dates with universal significance. In the grand design of existence, there are moments that resonate with a divine harmony, dates that are not simply marked by human calendars but by the hand of the Creator. These are dates woven into the fabric of eternity, aligning with spiritual truths and cosmic order, calling forth souls chosen for a purpose far greater than themselves. To be born on such a date is to carry a mark of destiny, a sacred imprint on the very essence of your being. Let us consider the concept of time as more than a linear measure. Time, as it is divinely orchestrated, is a series of sacred appointments, moments of creation, revelation, and transformation. Within this divine structure, certain days hold a spiritual weight that cannot be ignored. These are days when heaven seems to touch the earth, and the veil between the divine and the mortal grows thin. It is on these days that chosen souls are often ushered into the world, their arrival heralding a purpose ordained by God. Imagine the majesty of creation itself. The stars, the sun, the moon, each placed with precision, each moving in perfect harmony with the Creator's will. Now consider how these celestial movements often coincide with events of profound spiritual significance. The spring equinox, the winter solstice, and days of sacred festivals, these are moments when the heavens align and the earth feels the pulse of the divine rhythm. To be born on such a day is to be part of that rhythm, chosen to walk in step with the greater plan. For instance, the spring equinox, a day of perfect balance between light and darkness, is often seen as a symbol of renewal and new beginnings. Spiritually, it is a time when the seeds of the earth awaken and life begins to flourish. Those born on this day are often imbued with a sense of balance, purpose, and the ability to bring growth and light into the lives of others. They are the ones who can take the chaos of the world and transform it into harmony, reflecting the divine order that their birth represents. Similarly, consider dates tied to divine revelations such as religious festivals or days of historic spiritual awakening. These are moments when the heavens declare the glory of God and the world bears witness to His presence. A birth on such a date is not a coincidence, it is a calling. It signifies that the individual is part of a lineage of faith and purpose, tasked with carrying forward a message of hope, redemption, or transformation. Take, for example, the winter solstice. Often regarded as a time of spiritual introspection, it is the longest night of the year, yet it marks the turning point toward light. Those born on this date are frequently seen as bearers of hope, individuals who can bring light into the darkest of circumstances. They are the ones who remind the world that even in the longest night, dawn is inevitable. Scripture also reflects this idea of chosen times. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven." This speaks to the intentionality of God's timing, reinforcing that births on significant dates are not mere happenstance. They are orchestrated moments where the divine plan intersects with human existence. Even beyond the grand celestial alignments, there are personal and historical dates that carry spiritual weight. These could be days of miracles, days when prayers were answered, or days when a nation or community experienced divine intervention. Births on these days often signify that the individual is part of a story much larger than their own, a story by God Himself. The resonance of these dates extends into the lives of those born upon them. Such individuals may find themselves inexplicably drawn to matters of faith, truth, and justice. They may feel a profound connection to the divine, sensing a purpose that calls them to rise above the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. As we reflect on these sacred dates, it becomes clear that they are not merely points in time, but markers of destiny. To be born on such a date is to be chosen not for ease or comfort, but for a life that carries the weight of divine purpose. If you find yourself among those born on these days, consider it not just a blessing, but a responsibility, a call to align your life with the will of the one who orchestrated your birth. 2. The feeling of being different. From the very moment of your birth, the divine hand that shaped you marked you as distinct, set apart from the rest. You may not have always understood why, but deep within you have always felt it, the undeniable truth that you are different. It's not a difference born out of pride or superiority. It's a quiet, unshakable knowing that you walk a path unlike others. This feeling is not an accident, it is a sign of being chosen for a purpose greater than yourself. Think about your earliest memories. Were there moments when you realized you saw the world through a lens others couldn't comprehend? Perhaps you noticed details others overlooked, or you asked questions that were met with confusion or even dismissal. You were not merely curious, you were seeking truth, searching for meaning in places others never thought to look. This relentless quest is often the hallmark of those chosen by God for a higher purpose. As you grew, the feeling of being different likely became more pronounced. Maybe you found it difficult to fit into the expectations of society, school, or even your family. While others were content to follow the crowd, you felt an inner resistance, a call to carve your own path. This was not rebellion, it was the stirring of a deeper purpose, a reminder that you were not created to blend in but to stand out. Scripture reminds us of this truth. In Jeremiah 1:5, God declares, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I set you apart." To feel different is not to be misplaced, it is to be positioned. It is a divine distinction, an acknowledgement that your life is designed for something extraordinary. Those who are chosen often walk paths of solitude, not because they are abandoned, but because they are being prepared. This sense of difference can manifest in various ways. You might have found yourself drawn to deeper matters of the soul, questions about life, faith, and the mysteries of existence, while others around you seemed occupied with the superficial. At times, this may have made you feel isolated or misunderstood, as if you were speaking a language no one else could understand. Yet, this solitude is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is in these moments of isolation that God often speaks most clearly, shaping your heart and mind for the purpose He has prepared for you. Those who are chosen often face a unique burden, the tension between feeling set apart and yearning for connection. You may have longed to fit in, to feel the comfort of belonging, yet no matter how hard you tried, it never seemed to work. This is because you were not designed to conform to the world, you were designed to transform it. Romans 12:2 reminds us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Your difference is not a flaw, it is the evidence of your calling. Have you ever noticed how your heart aches for things that others might dismiss? A deep compassion for the hurting, a passion for justice, or a desire to create beauty where there is brokenness. These are not random traits, they are clues to your purpose. God has placed these desires within you to guide you toward the unique role you are meant to play in His plan. Yet, being different is not without its challenges. It often means walking a road marked by trials and tribulations, as God refines and strengthens you for the task ahead. Think of the great figures in history and Scripture who felt this same weight. Noah, called to build an ark while the world mocked him. Moses, chosen to lead a nation but burdened by self-doubt. Esther, set apart to save her people but required to risk everything. Their difference was their calling, and so is yours. You may also find that your difference attracts both admiration and resistance. Some will see the light within you and be drawn to it, while others may reject or even oppose you. This too is part of being chosen. Jesus Himself said in John 15:19, "If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Take heart, for this rejection is not a reflection of your worth but a confirmation of your calling." To feel different is to carry a responsibility. It is a reminder that you are not placed here to walk an ordinary path, but an extraordinary one. Embrace this feeling, for it is a divine signpost, pointing you toward the purpose for which you were created. Your difference is your strength, your gift, and your guide, leading you ever closer to fulfilling the mission for which you have been chosen. 3. The role of life's challenges. Life's challenges are not random. For those who are chosen, trials serve a purpose far beyond mere hardship. They are part of a divine refining process, shaping you into the person you were meant to become. Each difficulty, each setback, each moment of despair is not a punishment but a preparation, a holy fire designed to forge strength, resilience, and unwavering faith. If you face challenges that seem greater than others, it may be because your calling is greater than most. The scriptures are filled with stories of individuals whose lives were marked by challenges, yet those very struggles were the evidence of their being chosen. Consider Joseph, who was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned. To an outsider, his life might have seemed cursed. But in truth, each trial was a stepping stone toward his destiny. It was through these challenges that he was prepared to rise to power and save countless lives. His suffering was not in vain, it was purposeful. In your own life, you may have wondered why certain burdens seem to weigh so heavily upon you. Why did you have to endure loss, pain, or rejection? Why did the road to your dreams seem so much harder than it was for others? These questions are not signs of weakness, they are signs of your calling. God often allows the chosen ones to experience trials because He knows they have the strength to overcome them and the capacity to grow through them. James 1:2-4 reminds us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This verse is not just encouragement, it is a divine truth. Challenges are not obstacles to your purpose, they are tools for your preparation. The chosen often face trials early in life, as these hardships serve to build a foundation of character and resilience. Perhaps you grew up in an environment where resources were scarce, or maybe you experienced rejection or failure in ways that others could not understand. While these moments may have seemed unfair at the time, they were shaping you, teaching you to rely on God, and strengthening you for the path ahead. Each struggle was a divine lesson, teaching you perseverance, faith, and humility. For those who are chosen, challenges often serve as mirrors, reflecting the areas in which God is working to transform you. They reveal your fears, doubts, and limitations, but they also reveal the strength and courage that lie within you. These trials are not designed to break you, but to awaken you to the fullness of your potential. They strip away what is unnecessary and refine what is eternal. Consider how challenges have shaped your perspective. Have you noticed that the struggles you've faced have given you a deeper compassion for others, a wisdom that comes from experience, a faith that has been tested and proven? These are not coincidences, they are the fruits of your trials. God uses your challenges to mold you into a vessel for His purpose, equipping you to carry out the mission for which you were chosen. Trials also have a way of drawing us closer to God. When the weight of life's challenges becomes too much to bear, we are reminded of our dependence on Him. In those moments of surrender, we find strength we didn't know we had, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. Psalm 34:18 assures us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Through your struggles, you are never alone. God is with you, guiding you, and using every trial to bring you closer to Him. Challenges are also a test of faith, an opportunity to trust in God's plan even when the path is unclear. Those who are chosen often find themselves in situations where the way forward seems impossible. Yet it is in those moments that God's power is most evident. Remember the story of Moses at the Red Sea. When the Israelites faced what seemed like certain defeat, It was in their moment of greatest challenge that God revealed his greatest miracle, parting the sea and leading them to safety. Your challenges may feel like a Red Sea, but trust that God is preparing to make a way. Finally, challenges are a testimony to others. When you overcome adversity, you become a living example of God's grace and power. Your story of triumph can inspire and uplift those around you, showing them that it is possible to rise above even the most difficult circumstances. As 2 Corinthians 1:4 says, God comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Your challenges are not just for you, they are for the lives you will touch. If you feel as though your life has been marked by challenges, know this: it is not because you are forgotten or forsaken. It is because you are chosen. Each trial is a part of your preparation, a step on the path toward fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. Embrace the refining process, for it is through the fire that the chosen are forged. 4. Signs from the universe. When you are chosen, the universe doesn't stay silent. It whispers, it nudges, and sometimes it shouts. It leaves signs along your path, divine markers to remind you of your purpose, to reassure you in moments of doubt, and to guide you when the road seems unclear. These signs are not coincidences, they are part of a divine design. They are the language of the Creator, spoken through the patterns of the universe, calling you to pay attention, to awaken, and to step into the life you were destined to live. Have you ever experienced something so timely, so perfectly aligned, that it felt as though the universe itself conspired to make it happen? Perhaps you've repeatedly noticed the same number symbol or phrase in seemingly unrelated places. Maybe a song, a dream, or a sudden thought struck your heart at just the right moment, answering a question you hadn't even voiced aloud. These moments are not random, they are signs meant for you. The Creator, in his infinite wisdom, uses the world around us to communicate truths that words cannot fully express. Numbers, for instance, often carry profound spiritual significance. If you've noticed recurring patterns like 1111, 333, or other sequences, it may be a signal of alignment with your divine purpose. The number 7, often called the number of perfection, symbolizes completeness and divine favor in Scripture. Repeated encounters with such numbers could be a reminder that you are walking in step with God's plan. Dreams are another powerful medium through which the divine speaks. Throughout history, God has used dreams to reveal His will to those He has chosen. Joseph in the Bible was given visions that foretold his destiny, though the full meaning of those dreams wasn't immediately clear. If you've had vivid dreams that linger in your mind and stir your spirit, take note, they may be messages meant to guide you, warn you, or encourage you to stay the course. Signs from the universe often manifest in synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be chance. Have you ever been thinking about a question or seeking an answer, only to stumble upon it in an unexpected way? Perhaps it came through a conversation, a book, or even a stranger's passing comment. These synchronicities are divine breadcrumbs, gently leading you toward your next step. They are a reminder that you are not walking this journey alone. You are being guided by a power greater than yourself. Nature, too, speaks the Creator's language. A sudden breeze that feels like a gentle embrace, a bird crossing your path at an unusual moment, or the warmth of sunlight breaking through clouds at the exact time you needed reassurance. These are subtle yet profound ways the universe reminds you of its presence. Psalm 19:1 declares, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." The world around you is alive with signs meant to draw your attention to the divine. If you are chosen, you may also notice that certain people come into your life at pivotal moments, offering wisdom, support, or encouragement just when you need it most. These individuals may appear for a season, but their impact is often lasting. Their presence is no accident, they are part of the Creator's plan, sent to help you fulfill your purpose. Another sign to look for is an unshakable inner knowing, a deep intuitive sense that you are being prepared for something greater. This may manifest as a sudden burst of clarity or a persistent feeling that you are meant to pursue a specific path. Even when logic suggests otherwise, this inner voice refuses to be silenced. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Trust that this inner guidance is leading you closer to your destiny. At times, the signs may come through challenges or disruptions in your life. When a door closes or a plan falls apart, it may be a divine redirection rather than a setback. The Creator often uses these moments to protect us from paths that are not meant for us, or to nudge us toward opportunities we might not have considered. What feels like rejection may, in fact, be His way of saying, "I have something better for you." Yet recognizing these signs requires attentiveness and faith. The world is filled with noise that can distract you from hearing the whispers of the divine. To truly see and understand the signs, you must cultivate stillness, humility, and trust. Spend time in prayer or meditation, asking for guidance and clarity. Open your heart and mind to the possibility that the Creator is speaking to you in ways both subtle and profound. As you reflect on the signs in your life, remember that they are not meant to provide all the answers at once. They are like pieces of a puzzle, each one leading you closer to the full picture of your purpose. Embrace these signs as sacred gifts and allow them to strengthen your faith and resolve. The universe is alive with messages for those who are willing to listen. If you are among the chosen, these signs are not just occurrences, they are divine invitations, calling you to step boldly into the life you were created to live. Pay attention to the signs, for they are proof that you are seen, guided, and deeply loved by the One who created you. 5. The legacy of a chosen life. To be chosen is not merely a privilege, it is a profound responsibility. Those who are chosen carry within them the seeds of a legacy, not one rooted in wealth, fame, or material achievement, but in the impact they leave on the hearts, minds, and lives of others. A chosen life is a life that echoes far beyond the individual, creating ripples of transformation that extend across generations. If you are chosen, your legacy is not optional, it is the natural outpouring of your divine calling. Consider the nature of a legacy. It is not about monuments or accolades, it is about the lives you touch and the changes you inspire. Jesus Christ Himself lived a life that was, by earthly standards, humble and unassuming. Yet His teachings, His sacrifices, and His example have left an indelible mark on the world, transforming countless lives and shaping the course of history. His legacy was not in material possessions, but in the eternal truths He shared and the love He exemplified. If you are among the chosen, your legacy will likely unfold in a similar way. It will not be measured by the size of your bank account or the number of followers you have, but by the depth of the influence you wield. Perhaps your legacy will be found in the wisdom you impart to your children, the kindness you show to a stranger, or the courage you inspire in someone who feels lost. These seemingly small acts can become the foundation of a legacy that endures. A chosen life often begins with an inner transformation. You cannot leave a legacy of greatness without first becoming the person capable of embodying it. This is why those who are chosen are often called to walk paths of discipline, reflection, and growth. Through your trials, you are shaped into a vessel worthy of carrying out your divine mission. Like a sculptor chiseling away at stone, God uses the experiences of your life to reveal the masterpiece within you. Think of the biblical figure Esther. She was placed in a position of influence not for her own comfort or glory, but to save her people from destruction. Her legacy was born out of her willingness to risk everything for a purpose greater than herself. Similarly, your legacy will not come from avoiding challenges, but from embracing them, knowing that your life is part of a story much larger than your own. One of the most profound aspects of a chosen life is the ability to inspire others. Your actions, your faith, and your resilience become a living testament to the power of the Creator working through you. People will look at your life and see not just what you have accomplished, but the spirit with which you have endured. They will see your strength in the face of adversity and be reminded that they, too, can overcome their struggles. Your legacy as a chosen one will also be defined by the values you uphold. Love, compassion, justice, integrity, these are the pillars of a life that leaves a lasting impact. When you embody these values, you create a ripple effect, influencing not just those around you, but the generations that follow. Your children, your community, and even those who simply observe your life from a distance will be shaped by the example you set. But a chosen life is not without its sacrifices. To leave a legacy often requires giving up personal comfort or security for the sake of a higher calling. It may mean making decisions that are misunderstood or facing opposition from those who cannot see the bigger picture. Yet these sacrifices are not in vain. They are the price of a life that matters, a life that leaves the world better than you found it. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus tells his disciples, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they set it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." This is the essence of a chosen life, to be a light that cannot be hidden, illuminating the path for others and bringing hope to those who are lost. If you are chosen, your legacy may not always be visible to you in your lifetime. Like a seed planted in fertile soil, the fruits of your efforts may take time to grow. Yet trust that your work is not in vain. Galatians 6:9 reminds us, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." The impact of your life will extend beyond what you can see, touching lives you may never meet. A chosen life also requires intentionality. Your legacy is not something that happens by accident. It is the result of deliberate choices and unwavering faithfulness to your calling. Each day presents an opportunity to build this legacy, to sow seeds of kindness, to speak words of encouragement, and to take steps toward fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. In moments of doubt or weariness, remember this: you were chosen for a reason. Your life has meaning, and your legacy is already being written. The struggles you endure, the faith you hold on to, and the love you give are all part of the story that will define your impact on this world. As a chosen one, your life is not your own. It is a gift entrusted to you by the Creator, meant to shine His light and extend His love to those around you. Embrace this responsibility with humility and courage, knowing that your legacy will echo through eternity. The mark you leave will not be in stone, but in the hearts of those whose lives you touch, reminding them that they, too, can live a life of purpose and meaning. As we come to the end of this journey, let me leave you with this truth: you are not here by chance. Your life, your struggles, your victories, they are all part of a divine plan, a purpose carefully crafted by the Creator Himself. If you feel the stirrings of something greater within you, if you recognize the signs we've discussed, then it is time to embrace the truth: you are chosen. Being chosen is not about living a life of ease. It is about living a life of meaning. It is about stepping into your calling with faith and courage, knowing that the challenges you face are shaping you, the signs you see are guiding you, and the legacy you leave will be a testament to the divine purpose placed upon your life. The world may not always understand your journey, but you must remember that your path was never meant to conform, it was meant to transform. To the chosen ones listening today, the message is simple: your life matters. Your existence is a light in a world that often feels dark. You have been given a gift, a calling, and a mission. Do not let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others silence the greatness within you. Rise above the noise, trust the signs, and walk boldly into the future you were destined for. As you leave here today, carry this reminder in your heart: the universe speaks to those who are willing to listen. The trials you endure are the tools of your refinement. The legacy you build will outlast your years on this earth. You were created for a purpose far greater than you can imagine, and the world is waiting for the light that only you can bring. So step forward with faith, for you are chosen. Live with intention, love with purpose, and let your life be the proof that the Creator's plans are always good. Go now, not just as a listener of this message, but as a doer of the calling placed upon your life. The world is waiting, and your moment is now.